What's up? It's Akeem Dream 301. How are y'all feeling today? How are we gonna piss the devil off today? I'm sorry I've been gone. I've been in New Orleans, and it was a blast. You know what I'm saying? I think I might share some videos or something, but I don't know. I usually don't like to be out in the shine, but either way, it's really important to stay humble. Like today, earlier today, I had said, well, back then I had said that I was going to get my stuff back. Like I had to pawn some of my video games. This is just an example. Not saying, you know what I'm saying, this is, but I'm just using that as an example. And God wanted me to say this, but this is just a message on staying humble. Like I said that I was going to like get some of my games back because I had to pawn some, and all of a sudden today, I was able to actually buy some back, and I was a little cocky with it, and it's something like it's hit my mind like to stay humble, to stay more, to stay more equipped to who I am. And you have to understand is that when you do things that are outside of the word of God, sometimes God has to humble you back into His world, and a lot of times that is trials and tribulations. Now, we do not battle against the flesh and blood; we battle against the spiritual wickedness of high places and the principalities of the devil. And we are all spiritual beings having a physical life, and sometimes when we get a little too cocky, we get a little too big-headed. God sometimes has to humble us back down to to remember, like, no, you know what I'm saying, we're still here for the people, we're still here to put on, we're still here to uh spread God's love and spread God's affection, even in the hardest and the worst of times, even to the most beautifulest of times. We are still here to, spread God's love, to spread God's joy, to spread God's will through life. And a lot of times, as like in the Bible, with the chosen ones in the Bible, you know, uh, with Joseph, with David, with all the other chosen ones, even Jesus, they also had to go through trials and tribulations. They also had to be tested. They also had to go through things that were horrible just to show us how we should operate nowadays and how the world is going to treat us nowadays, so that we'll know what's to come when we get our trials and tribulations. So we know what's to come when the devil comes to attack us. So we know what's to come when God sets us up for like a business deal, because God knows that you can handle like having your own business, especially when you ask Him for it. And but God has to kind of like set you back, like as a bow and arrow. He has to set you back a couple of feet, a couple of maybe even years, maybe months, just to better you, get you more equipped, get you more understanding of what's to come in this world. More, because a lot of times you may go through something, and all of a sudden, maybe months later, all of a sudden, like you know how to get through this situation by a situation that you were just in back then that you thought was terrible. You know what I'm saying? Those are like, that's why the things that happen to you, they're not happening to you, they're happening for you. Everything is happening for you. You have to understand, everything is divine timing. Everything is meant to happen the way it's meant to happen. You know, and when we aren't humble, we forget that. And a lot of times the world can humble us back. It can knock us right back to where we were. And a lot of times that's not where you want to be, especially if you love God and you love how this world, or you hate the wickedness of high places. You hate how the devil operates. You hate, what what they're promoting and what they're trying to push on us, like through drinks, alcohol, fornication, all that bad stuff. Your mind is going to be wired to put out goodness. That's why God has to constantly humble you, so that you remember to put out kindness, so you remember to give out good energy and good positive energy out into the world. By the way, listen to the birds. It is good energy. You know what I'm saying? But it's important to also constantly stay humble, because that is also God working in your life and showing you, yes, I'm still here. You know what I'm saying? This is still, it's still a war. It's still a spiritual war. It's still a spiritual battle. And a lot of times, yes, we will get wins. You know what I'm saying? We'll get wins. We'll get multiple wins. But God constantly still has to humble us. He has to constantly bring us back down. You know what I'm saying? And not sometimes God doesn't do that. The devil, he does that, especially when he can't. You understand, when you're at the top of your game, when you're at the top of the mountain, the devil, he creeps in, like, or maybe he might send somebody, or he might send objects, your way to pull down your vibration, so that you may think like, nah, this ain't, this ain't a blessing. This is just, this is just, like, It's just, you know what I'm saying, a mishap. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times the devil, he likes to get in your mind and play tricks on you. You know what I'm saying? And make you think that God is not working in your life, that God is not blessing you, that God is not elevating you. But no, it's important to constantly elevate, you know what I'm saying, spiritually, emotionally, and constantly keep you connected to God, denying yourself, picking up your cross, and following the Ten Commandments daily, because this world is very more spiritual than it is physical. And when God humbles you, he's just trying to make you, he's just trying to remind you, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? There's still some devils out here that we still need to knock some heads. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's good energy. And a lot of times we'll forget that when we're winning so much. So remember to constantly stay humble. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're going to win, we're going to lose, but stay humble throughout all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't take nothing for granted. Always take every blessing as it comes to it. You know what I'm saying? I love you, Ego. And love you also, Cleo. And just constantly stay humble. Constantly work on yourself. Constantly keep building who you are. And analyze yourself daily, because it's important to stay humble. It's important to realize, like, yeah, we're winning. We also kind of got to keep going. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep going for God also. You know what I'm saying? So I love y'all. Keep Mr. Mouth.